While the lower semis have yet to really set up, I believe Trigger and Percival, they're still mid-series. They're still playing. It's crazy. They're still ongoing. So it's just a little bit more downtime for Skilless, but we'll get there. We'll get to something to keep the action. As spawning in the top left-hand corner of Maganatha, we have our South Korean Terran player, the blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. And spawning in the bottom right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the blue Protoss player from Atlanta, Poland, representing Offside Esports. It is Krystianer. And predictions are now open. Place your bets on who you think will claim the series. Best of luck in the chat as we jump into our PVT. Let's jump into ByuN versus Krystianer. Let's go. Let us go. And welcome one all to Maganatha. Now, we have casted plenty of times on Maganatha before. Fun fact, this map was made quite some time ago, actually. It's a bit of an older map, but only recently was submitted to the Team Liquid map contest. So we have actually casted games on this map before. If you're curious, it is a very large map. Likewise, you can also wall these areas off. There's just so many towers. There's towers in the center. There's these towers here on the right-hand side. There's destructible towers here towards the left. It's just non-stop towers. There are speed zones as well. There's a tower that can destroy the Zelnaga. So you can knock down the tower, destroy the Zelnaga, then destroy the rocks and take the gold base. Likewise, the gold is surrounded by more destructible towers. It's just, even here, you can destroy these rocks and then knock down towers on top of the rocks as well. Like this, it's just towers everywhere. So because of that, this can lead into longer games. This can lead into longer games just because there's so many ways to try to wall areas off and slow the game down. We'll see if that's kind of the direction that we head in. We shall see. Likewise, the third base is a little bit further away from the natural than we've seen on some of these other maps. It's still a little bit more defendable though. There's a ramp coming into the third. Likewise, ramps coming in towards that fourth location. The bases on the right hand side are a little bit more exposed. They're more out in the open, but that's what the rocks or the towers are going to be for. We'll get there. For now, economic opener. Just ranks expand here by ByuN. Economic start from our Terran player. Likewise, Krystianer going for his own standard opener as well. So far, so good. And I wonder if our players maybe have already played on Maganatha as well. Again, this is a map that's been around for a while. Never got into the ladder map pool or anything like that. But when I say it's been around for a while, it's been featured in other tournaments and other events that sometimes feature these like other up-and-coming maps. Here we go. So Krystianer does move out with his Adept. Likewise, ByuN getting to his own 1-1-1 setup into drop play. Is going Hellion first, but because there's no Reapers. No Reapers, so Hellion opener to scout across the map to get some kind of vision, some kind of scouting of what his opponent's up to. As he does shade in, gets one SCV. Just the one. Adept does shade away. Ooh, we actually have a second Hellion in production. Interesting. Getting into a second Hellion. Medevacs on the way, which means we could even go for a little bit more aggression here. So we can either go for a Hellion drop or a Hellion run by at the natural and a Marine drop into the main. We can bring this all together. So a more aggressive follow-up here from ByuN. He's massing up his Marines as we speak. And we're waiting for the next wave. Meanwhile, Krystianer, what's our opener? How many gates? So far, 2. So 2-gate blink here from Krystianer, very greedy. 2-gate blink into a third. This is one of the greediest builds you can go for. And because of that, we're going to be lacking Warpins. There's going to be less Stalkers to defend. We'll see if Krystianer can hold. Because here comes the Marine drop. And remember, there are Hellions as well for the natural. So it's going to be a multi-prong aggression here from ByuN. Marines into the main, Hellions towards the natural. Now, Krystianer, he does have a wall at least. He does have SimCity. And remember, there's no Reaper. There's no Reaper, so there's no way to knock that Adept out of position. Marines are dropping to the main. Stalkers are in position, though they're ready for this. Stalkers are ready. They do pick off some of the bio. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 Marines going down. The Adept does hold on. We have a wall behind this, and Krystianer, he holds. He defends. Krystianer, he deflects the Hellions. He deflects the drop. A very nice defense so far by Krystianer. And ByuN is forced back. Ooh, okay, so far so good. Again, Krystianer defending with the bare minimum. Does defend with the bare minimum. Blink is now done, getting to a forge for upgrades, and we should be following this up with charge. So it should be blink, yep, there we go. Blink into charge, into a gateway explosion, into a 3-base economy. Meanwhile, from ByuN, He's still building up his forces. Now, thankfully for ByuN, he didn't lose much. Remember, the medevac survives. The medevac did survive. Half of the Marines did escape, and really good use here of, his momentum and of his units. He drops off the Marines defend back home, and the Hellions pick back up into the main. So the medevac is being repurposed for a Hellion drop into the main base. There are 2 Stalkers in position, 2 Stalkers that will not stop the unload though. So we're waiting. Yo, Shatter Monster Energy. Fun fact, I don't think I've ever had Monster before, I'll be honest. It's not really too popular here in Australia. Like, we have our own, like, Aussie, like, energy drink brands instead. But Monster is the sponsor of the Team Liquid Map contest. So shout out to Monster for supporting StarCraft. Meanwhile, Hellions, they bust in. They can one-shot probes. They can and they will. Oh, 2 workers going to be going down. He gets another 2, 4 in total. 5 workers for 3 Hellions. Not a bad trade here for ByuN. Monster's actually huge here. Like, there you go. There you go. Never had it. I feel like I could be mistaken, but here in Australia, I feel like V and Red Bull is bigger than Monster, and even Rockstar. Like, I've seen more, especially like tradies and stuff like that. Like, they're all about like V and like even Rockstar more so than Monster. But I could be mistaken. Krystianer does kite back. ByuN committing here with his push. He's got his 1 tank, got his 1 Widowmine, but massive amount of bio. Charge is ready for this. I hear you. Monster is still mad. Okay, so you're saying Monster is big, but it's smaller than the others. Okay. Nice matchup on Zealous. Ooh, brutal connection. Can he get on top of the tank, though? Zealous is kind of lagging here behind. Diving on the bio. The tank is exposed, and Krystianer, he will hold. Does hold on. Takes down the tank, the Widowmines. Krystianer, he maintains that 3rd base, and ByuN is forced back at the same time, though. Rotar harassing into the natural. Gets 2 workers, but no major losses for Krystianer. Again, just bleeding out gateway units more than anything. So nice hold. Nice hold. Does preserve his economy. Likewise, behind this, ByuN getting his 3rd CC on location. Not all in. And we have ourselves a back and forth. Let's go. We have ourselves our back and forth. We're going to be settling into our game here. ByuN taking his 3rd, Krystianer taking his 4th base. Ooh, a couple of extra workers do go down to that Raven, though. But we're working our way towards that mid-game. ByuN is moving out. Stimming in. Does stim on forward. Likewise does force a cancel. Nice pick up here by ByuN. Denies the 4th base. Colossus has arrived, but that's a lot of Marauders. And just so many Marauders here for ByuN. They're built for tanking. And built for breaking expansions. Bases. The Nexus. And Krystianer, he needs that 4th base. Once again tries to expand. Once again almost targeted down. They have brutal mine connections on those charge lots. And ByuN, he wants that Nexus. Alas, he will not get it. He is forced back, but he did force a cancel, so he already got what he wanted. He delayed. He delayed the 4th base. Nice pickoff. From here, ByuN taking up into Ghosts. Meanwhile, Krystianer taking up into his own Disruptors. Still only 1 Disruptor at a time. 2nd Robe is just now on the way. So splash damage is going to be... It's going to take a little bit longer here for it to really get going. Krystianer trying to keep up. So far, so good. Viking count is slowly accumulating. But Krystianer, this time he saves the base. This time he does save that 4th. Now we can finally settle in. With the denied 4th base, ByuN does take a supply lead. I would say that ByuN currently is in a slightly better position. Ooh, the Observer does spot the Doom Drop. And Krystianer, he's somewhat ready for this. He's ready enough. ByuN doesn't like what he sees. Pulls away. Going for a split push. Actually rotating over towards that 3rd. Krystianer does have the Observer, does spot the army. And he has to respond. And he does.
Your army has encountered the enemy.
Does respond in time. Observer goes down to the Raven. ByuN sims in. Krystianer, he rotates in time. He's got his disruptors. Never goes off. Takes down a Widowmine. There's one Widowmine left. And ByuN, he drops from the main base over towards the third. Likewise, Krystianer, he's ready for this. Takes down 1, 2, all 3 medevacs. Main army's going to be clashing. And Krystianer shuts down both pushes. Very nice defense here from Krystianer. He keeps up with ByuN. Does keep up, does shut him down, catching out every single Marauder. The Marauders and Marines, the medevacs. Nice defense. Krystianer rotating over, and now this time he's got his 2 rovers. The 2 rovers are up and running, making 2 disruptors at a time. Krystianer, he will eventually max out. He's getting there, so is ByuN. Krystianer is maxing, so is ByuN. Krystianer takes the 5th base. Unfortunately, despite having the double rover production, we do need more observers to just keep up with the army. Krystianer, he doesn't see the push. Doesn't see the army yet. Moving out towards the left. ByuN is actually going to run into the main army as well. Yeah, they run into each other. The disruptors! Disruptors are exposed. Never goes off. Decent connection. Yeah, Novas, they do not connect towards the end. Ooh, barely grazing the army. But Krystianer has to get out of here. He was caught off guard. He was flanked. He has to pull away. Loses 1 Colossus. The other does survive. Well, it's not the fight that Krystianer wanted. Again, he didn't see the army here at his flank. So a rough fight for Krystianer. What did he lose? He lost 4 disruptors. And everything he was building up towards is reset. He has to rebuild his disruptor count. He lost a Colossus as well. It was a rough fight for Krystianer. Again, he was caught off guard. As I mentioned before, he has been losing observers. And he has very limited map vision. Does see the army. This time Krystianer, he responds. Going for a Zealot run-by. Krystianer now getting a 3rd robo. Getting into triple robo production. Zealot run-by does slip in. I can take a couple of SCVs. More importantly, this just distracts ByuN's main army. It distracts the army. It keeps Krystianer. It lets him breathe easy. Oh, we've been here before. I know. We've been here before as we can sim in from behind. The disruptors don't like this. ByuN, he sims in. He gets 1. Massive EMP. He gets 1. He gets 2. He gets 3. He gets everything. He gets almost around. Nice Nova, though. Nova does connect. Disruptors, oh, they're going to be targeted down. Yeah, just a really awkward fight here for Krystianer. And ByuN is going for a counterattack. Does move out. Krystianer, he survives with 1 disruptor. Again, that's not the fight he wanted. Very messy engagement for the Protoss. Oh no! Okay, whew. Never connects. Not bad. We're getting messy, Pat. We're getting messy. But again, Krystianer, these are expensive losses every time. Every time he tries to push up this ramp, he just gets flanked. And his disruptor count gets reset. Down to 3. 3 disruptors left. Gets a Marauder, not bad. Getting ready for his own flank this time. Run by even. Yo, the speed zones. Let's go. So I'll split off. He is barely not spotted by the Zonaga. Both armies are maxed. So I'll say sit by. Catches the ghost, trades the ghost for a disruptor. Yeah, loses 2 disruptors. Leaves that 2. He's got 4 in total. Zelsay do go into the mineral line. ByuN, he races back. He responds with his army. And he can focus on the main push. Disruptors are exposed. Despite that, Novas, they connect. Oh my god, brutal connections. Disruptor, they have to pull away. And is this enough? Losing almost every disruptor, but the Chargers, they come back home. They come in for the flank. Krystianer, he will take the fight, cleans up the Widow Mines, and we have to keep going. We have to keep pushing, keep on pushing from here. Send it, Pappy, send it. Liberation, they have to reposition. Freedom has arrived. He has 4 Liberators. Is that enough? Krystianer pushing in. 6. Oh my, he has so many Liberators. Oh my god. He has 8. The freedom is too much. It's too much freedom, Pat. Has to back off. trying to fight out of range of those Liberators. Again, that's 8 Liberators. Never takes down one of the Ghosts. Decent trades. Picks off Medevacs as well. Krystianer still out trading his opponents, but he cannot touch this expansion, not against all these freedom zones. He has to rotate, and he will. He does rotate over. Tries to stay out of range. Takes down 1 Liberators, down to 7. 7 Liberators left. And you can see here still has an overwhelming force. He wants that 4th expansion. And this time, for the first time, he rotates, pushes up this ramp, and for the first time, he doesn't get flanked. For the first time, he doesn't get flanked. Nova's massive connections. Takes down the mineral line, takes down the planetary. Does bring him down. And ByuN, he's up against the wall, he's hurting. As long as his Liberators, Krystianer, he can't quite push in, but he might have enough anyway. He might have too much. Oh, that was a brutal blink. He's had a lot of Stalkers. Yeah, that was not the blink he was looking for. It's punished. Please out a Colossus. Nice Nova. It goes off. Once again, doesn't quite connect. Krystianer, he has to calm down, pulls away. Again, he's on 5 bases. He's actually on 6. He has. I was gonna call this a ninja base, but that's how difficult it is to take a 6th. It's kind of like a natural 6th base here. I guess the center base is a little bit more defendable. But Krystianer does take bottom left. Does get it fully saturated. Again, the map is huge. ByuN does retake his base. That's the main. The main does float over as a 4th. ByuN getting desperate. Krystianer double expands, takes top right. And suddenly this expansion, where are the Liberators? Where are the Liberators? They're not here. They're with the main army instead. But Krystianer here spotted. ByuN rotates. He's trying to keep up. Speaking of Liberators actually harassing across the map. Oh, they deny mining. Krystianer moving in, takes down the mineral line. From behind though, Colossus does fall. Disruptor as well. No Novas, no Disruptors. And ByuN, he can take this fight. Where's the splash damage? It's not here. At the same time, probes are falling. Probes do go down. Nice Novas. Novas are connecting. Krystianer trying to race out of here, but the speed zones that work against him. We'll lose every single Disruptor once again. Still a very close fight. Krystianer has the economy, but ByuN has the army. Despite that, still rough trades. Stalkers are going down. And Krystianer has to pull away. He cannot fight this head on. Not without Zealots or splash damage. Trying to find another angle of attack. Still very tense. Krystianer, he has no gas. He has no gases here. No gases at the 4th base, at the 5th base. Just now, denied mining, denied gases here towards bottom left. Oh, and top right may just go down as well. He just saturated. Yeah, Krystianer in a rough position. How does he approach this? He will lose his expansion. The mineral line as well, trading a base for a base. He's going for the base trade. Takes down the 3rd, takes down the mineral line. Likewise, top right does fall. And Krystianer has to get out of here. He has to pull out. Because here comes ByuN. ByuN is coming. We gotta get out of here. It does rotate. Zealots do hit the mineral line. More CV's gonna be going down. Nice catch. Yeah, it takes down the reinforcements. ByuN sims in. There's a Disruptor. Disruptor doesn't quite connect. Krystianer, he has to respect those Marauders. There's a lot of Marauders coming in. He wants that Colossus, he's gonna get it as well. And Colossus goes down, Stalkers, they're falling one after the other. Again, Krystianer, he has to avoid that main fight for as long as possible, and in doing so, gets 40 SCVs. 40 SCVs go down. ByuN, he's all in. He's down to 10 SCVs. He's muling. That's all he has. He's muling up. Nice connection. Takes down the Marauders. Again, this is all that ByuN has left. It's all he has left. A handful of Marauders, Ghosts, still a terrifying army. And Krystianer just has to buy time for warp-ins. Warping in wave after wave of Zealots. No more Disruptors. Again, he's kind of, his economy is lackluster. The Liberators, they're still here, he just can't mine. He's going for the gases. Trying to at least. Again, we can still take the center expansion. One lib, putting in a lot of work. Zealots, they do take down the Ghost Academy, not bad. Academy does fall. Now, ByuN is still up in army supply. Bear this in mind. ByuN, he has 10 SCVs, but he has a terrifying army. So the soup does lie. Like Krystianer, he's up in supply, but that's the worker supply. That's what that is. And you can see here he's inefficient mining. Like he's not mining efficiently. He's oversaturated. So if they do fight head on, I do favor ByuN. Like ByuN, he can still win this game. Ooh, he's out of position, and remember how I said he had 10 SCVs? Now down to 3. Now down to 2. 2 SCVs left. But ByuN still is in a better position, I would say. Like kind of. Like he's almost got 100 army supply. It's crazy. Krystianer, he needs those Novas to connect. Liberator coming in. Krystianer, does he notice? He does. Takes down the lib. Has to get that base saturated. Takes out bottom left. Here comes the main fight. It's very open here. Nice EMPs. It's gonna be 3 Novas. It's the first, it's the second. 1 Nova left. There it goes off. There's 1 more remaining. And we get some decent connections taking that Bio. Bio does fall, but ByuN, he stims in. He takes out the expansion. Yeah, there's no stopping ByuN. The base is gonna fall. And Krystianer, he can't fight this head on. He will lose 1 base, another, and maybe even another. I feel like the base trade is the best option, to be honest. Like, the base trade might be the only way for Krystianer. Or some Novas, of course. Like, if these Purification Novas, if they pop off. Oh! I mean, the economy has already been crippled here, but yeah, top right is going to fall. ByuN doesn't need an economy. He has the army already. Like he's already got this. He's got his Death Ball. He's got his Death Ball of 3 Ghosts, Mass Marauder. Krystianer, he at least has bottomless, so he has 1 base economy. We have 1 base economy against, you know, like 3 SCVs. Let's go. Stalker comes in. This is a risky maneuver here from Krystianer. ByuN, he wants that army. He knows he can catch this. He stims in. Oh. Does stim in. He will catch out the Zealots at least. Zealots have to buy time. Do have to buy time. Krystianer pulling back. Colossus on the way. Now, over time, Krystianer, he will build up a greater army. Even now, at this point, you can see that ByuN, his armies have been getting smaller. It's been slowly being smaller and smaller. It has been shrinking over time. So the longer this goes on, the better it is for Krystianer. He needs a little bit more time, though, for that Colossus. And he's getting ready for the surround as well. ByuN, he stims in. Shows those Novas. Nice target fighting. He gets 1, he gets 2, he gets 3. But the Novas, brutal connections, and Krystianer, he does it. Whew. Oh my god. The Novas, they detonate. And Krystianer, he will clean this up. He shuts down the army. There's nothing left. GG gets called. Hi, hi, hi. Krystianer, he will take game number 1. GG. GG, well played. The Novas did connect. And with that, Krystianer takes a lead in the series. Hi, hi, hi. Let us go. As we are now getting into game number 2, and we'll see if ByuN can bounce back. Again, a very intense game where ByuN, I mean, it was very back and forth for a long time. Krystianer, he was struggling to really find a good angle of attack. If you remember, there were these 2 big fights that Krystianer lost before he was able to max out, or even as he was maxing. I'm referring to the moments when Krystianer pushed towards the 4th base of ByuN. Remember, it happened twice, where he pushed in and ByuN would flank and reset the disruptor count. Like there was some rough fights there for Krystianer, but a big reason for that is because he was lacking vision. Remember, he didn't know where the army was. He lost his observers, so he was kind of playing blind a little bit, and he was being punished for it time and time again. But the length of the map, how large the map was, eventually did work in Krystianer's favor, where he was able to go for all these run-bys and counterattacks, cripple the economy. ByuN was having a hard time punishing, and in the end he was forced all in. And we saw, despite being forced all in, ByuN still had the greater army, and he was still sniping bases. Krystianer for a long time could not engage. If he did, he would lose everything, but he was able to pull it off in the end. Was able to buy enough time to build up more disruptors, to build up Colossus as well, and in the end, Krystianer did take it. GG. GG, well played. Krystianer does take a lead, and now we're getting into game number 2. Let's go. Que locura, papi. Haha. Que locura. Este poño. And here we go. We're now getting into game number 2, and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Killer's Mile, we have our South Korean Terran player. We have our red Terran representing Shopify Rebellion down in the series. We'll see if he can bounce back and force the ace match. It is the reigning champion, even, of last week's of 2 weeks ago Sparkling Tuna Cup. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponents. We have the blue Protoss player representing Offside Esports from land of Poland, leading the series 1-0. It is Krystianer. Here we go. Here we go. What's the point of canceling something at the last second? I see someone asking about that. I mean, there's various reasons. You force your opponent to commit to stick around a little bit longer so you can try to catch out their army. Like, typically in that kind of scenario, the opponent wants to, like, pick off the base and then get the hell out of there. But there are, obviously, chances that maybe you can get there in time to save it, or even punish the army by making it kind of stick around a little bit longer. Oh. And that does benefit you as a player when it comes to catching out that army. For now, though, standard openers. We have our gate expand here from Krystianer, or gate cyber expand. Likewise, double gas out of ByuN. Much more aggressive this time from our Terran player. And it makes sense as we load into a smaller map. Magnatha, as we saw, is a very large map of the map. A very large map, a lot of bases, a lot of very long rushes to spike ground. Here on Killer's Mile, smaller map, shorter rushes to spike ground, more aggressive start from our Terran player. Much more aggressive. Also, I want to give some praise to Krystianer because, hey, last game in the lead up to the mid game, he was keeping up with so much aggression. There was just so many counterattacks and drop play and multi-prong aggression out of ByuN, and Krystianer, for the most part, he was keeping up. He was keeping up, if not punishing ByuN's aggression as well. So it was very impressive to see that. But again, that was on a larger map. Here on a smaller map, aggression does hit different. It hits harder, it hits faster. It is going to be more intense here for Krystianer, assuming that ByuN takes the role of the aggressor, and that's our assumption. As for now, faster factory, what does that mean? Faster starport as well. Probe Scout confirms how late the expansion is. So Krystianer, he's aware of the faster factory. And from here we go into a tech lab, into an early cyclone, into a cyclone drop, or even into a tank drop across the map. That's what I'm leaning towards, but no, never mind. Going for Widowmine follow-up, going for a Widowmine drop instead. Okay, so no big commitment here from ByuN into like early cyclones or early tanks. For now, moves out with his Reaper Hellion, does split off, Reapers into the main, Hellion towards the natural. Shield battery is done in time, just in time. Krystianer does defend, once again, blink based opener. Last game on Magnatha, it was 2-gate blink into a faster third out of Krystianer with a very greedy build. This time, on a smaller map, I would expect a higher gateway counts, but we'll see. But now that's the second gateway into a robo. We'll see if he throws down a third gateway or if he expands. So we'll keep an eye on Krystianer. Meanwhile, the drop is amassing. Here comes that medevac, and it is just going to be the initial Marine and Widowmine drop. Okay. It's going to be moving out. Widowmine is set. Still just a 2-gate setup. Yeah, so 2-gate blink into a third base. So very economic build here by Krystianer. I could get behind this on Magnatha. I would say this is a little bit riskier on some of these smaller maps. We'll see if he can keep up with the aggression as here comes that drop. So Marine Widowmine into the main. Hellion Reaper towards the natural. ByuN does split up. Krystianer, he is in between the bases, so we can respond to either one. Medevac does boost into the main. Krystianer, he does respond, pulls away in time. Nice unburrow. Uh-oh. Oof, does focus down the Widowmine just in time. Widowmine is started down. Hellies, they bust into the natural. Stalkers in position. Marines, they don't come back in. And Krystianer holds. He does hold. He deflects the drop. He deflects the Reapers, cleans up the Widowmine, sorry, the Hellion, and the Widowmine, and claims the third. So nice done here by Krystianer. He does defend. He does claim his third base. ByuN behind this, building up towards a 3-1-1 setup. 3 Raxes, 1 Factory, 1 Starport into Stim. Now this is very early Stim here for ByuN. What's occurring here is that typically in a standard TvP, especially against a Blink opener, we would see tank production. We'd see Tech Lab on the factory and tanks instead and delayed Stim. This time, we're prioritizing Stim instead, so a very early, very strong Stim timing is going to be available here for ByuN, with a lower tank count, of course. So ByuN is going to be the aggressor, and Stim, alongside the ByuN army, going to be lined up here with +1. Throws down 2 more Raxes. Ooh, getting up to a 5 Rax setup. Very aggressive. And it's going to be on Krystianer to scout this. He needs to see the researching tech labs. The researching tech labs, the prioritization of the ByuN army. I mean, seeing the Marauders already a tell. Does see the Marauder. Just the 1 tank. Behind this, Krystianer going into +1, charge, Baze on the way for Colossus. He's still teching. And does pick up a Marine or 2. Nothing major. He has yet to get eyes in the main. But here it comes. Stim is done. And ByuN, he wants to break out. He wants to catch his army. So Krystianer trying to slow this down. Gets a Marine. 1 Marine so far. We need Zealot Warpins. So ByuN does push. Picking up another Marine. Not bad. No Stalker losses yet here from Krystianer. He hasn't lost a single unit outside of probes. Gets another Marine. Blinks away. Gets a Raven. Oh my god, massive pickup. Takes on a Raven, but it costs him 2 Stalkers. 3 Stalkers. Oh, brutal losses there for Krystianer. Bleeds out 3 Stalkers. Charged on in 5 seconds. And he has enough. Yeah, he has enough. He has enough here for this. Oh, he doesn't see the army, though. Okay, now he does. Does confirm. Tank is exposed. Tank is exposed. Tank going to go down instantly. And with that, Krystianer, he will completely shut this down. I say that. Widowmines do come in to reinforce. Without this Colossus, he should be okay. It does break out. Takes some massive mind shots to the face. Krystianer dancing with death here. Again, he can just fight with his ramp, but does try to be proactive, does pull away, and ByuN escapes. And what's important here is that ByuN, he lost his tanks, he lost his Widowmines, but he maintains the ByuN army. Still a very heavy ByuN army here for ByuN. A lot of Marines, a lot of Marauders, still very threatening. But Krystianer, as time goes on, now he's got his 2nd Colossus. Observed. He gets spotted. Does he see? Okay, not quite, not quite. But regardless, Krystianer keeps up with the main army. He's aware. Disruptors on the way. And ByuN expands. Now, this is a bit of a later expansion for ByuN. He was pretty committed. Oh, he misses. No, he wants it. No one siege. Nah, no one siege in time. Observer is going to go down. Zealots say delay the expansion. And without the Observer, ByuN going for a drop play. Now there is a 2nd Observer, top left. Oh, but ByuN, he doesn't quite actually head in that direction. On patrol, going for a split push. And Krystianer, can he keep up? He had an impressive defense in game 1. What about here in game 2? He does spot the Metamax. Does spot the Metamax. Push on the right hand side. Krystianer, yep, he's aware. He warps in at the natural. Engages here on the right hand side. Mind shots are going off. Individual zealots. At the same time, drop here towards that natural. He has to recall. It's a committed drop. And last, Krystianer is being pulled apart. Yeah, this time he cannot keep up. Forced to cancel the fourth base. Colossus, they will defend the main. They will defend the natural. What about the third? Yeah, ByuN's done it. He has done it. Krystianer just could not keep up. Not with that drop in the natural. Probes are going down. Expansion falls. And this is critical damage. This is critical damage already here. As he gets 21 probe kills. And he's still not done. Takes down Zealot after Zealot. Like Krystianer, he had an army in position, but it wasn't large enough. He just did not have enough here. Didn't realize how many medevacs there were. How committed the drop was going to be. And Krystianer's in shambles. He has no fourth base, he lost his mineral line, lost his economy, lost a Colossus. It was close, it was intense, and we spoke about it before. I mean, Killer's Mile hits different. It does hit different. On Maganatha, you have more time to warp in, you have more time to reposition. Here on Killer's Mile, you don't. It's a smaller map, shorter rush distance by ground. Aggression is favored on this map, and ByuN, he shows that off here. He does show that off here and now. There's a reason why ByuN chose this map. And now he's steaming in. He does some in. Nice EMP. He does go up. Breaks through the disruptors. Takes down one, takes down the other. And there's just nothing to stop him. Yeah, there's just not enough back at home. Nova goes off, doesn't connect. GG gets called, and ByuN, he overwhelms. ByuN ties up the series 1-1. GG. Oh my god, GG, well played. ByuN does tie things up, and now we're going all the way to the ace match. Now this is going to be Krystianer's map of choice. Krystianer's map of choice coming into the ace match here, and I imagine he wants to go into a larger map. That's what I would imagine here from the side of Krystianer. That he would want to play things out on something that gives him a little bit more breathing room. Something that gives him more space. We'll see. We shall see. As it looks like our next map actually gonna be a small map. Okay, I'm a little bit surprised. I'm curious what the plan is gonna be getting into this, as we are loading into Persephone as the ace match. Short rush distance by air, short rush distance by ground. What are we going for? I'm curious. I'm curious, Krystianer. What do you have for us? Let's go. Let us go. Again, I'm a little bit caught off guard. I was expecting something larger. Like the... I was going to say Last Fantasy. I don't know if I'd commit to that, but... we'll see. We'll see what our plan is going to be. A spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Persephone, we have our Polish Protoss player, the Red Protoss, representing Offside Esports, being forced into the ace match. Can he bring it back? Can he bring it home? It is Krystianer. And spawning in the top left-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Terran player himself, the Blue Terran representing Shopify. It is ByuN. We go and welcome one all to Persephone. Persephone is a bit of a smaller map here, very short rush distance by air. I will say that, short rush distance by air. Likewise, short rush distance by ground as well. Doesn't take long at all to go from natural to natural. There are some choke points, and there are definitely some ramps that you can take advantage of. So you could argue this is a more defendable map than the previous map, than Killer's Mile. 100%, I would agree with that. But we'll see if we can get there, as the Probe Scout does come in, and Krystianer is trying to get a read on what ByuN is up to. For now, going for an economic opener. Okay. This time it's going to be an economic opener here out of ByuN, not rushing into Stim as quickly as it did previously. No crazy aggression like we saw in Game 2. One of the other big features, of course, is the health zone. There is a health pad here on the right-hand side. I don't know if it actually affects units in the sky. I think it does. It might. But there's a health pad on the right-hand side. There's a gold base right next to it, and it is surrounded by speed zones. So many speed zones here on the right-hand corner or the right-hand side of the map. We have an entire alley of speed zones leading into that gold base. And that might be a factor in a longer game. But I'll be honest, I don't know if we're really going to be featuring this gold base anytime soon. just because we've seen a lot of aggression on this map more than anything. We'll see. Speaking of aggression, we're going to be opening up Tech Lab into Marauder. So Marauder opening here out of ByuN. ByuN, he knows he got scouted, and the goal for Krystianer with this Adept should be to try to punish the CC, to move out and try to get on top of that building SCV and delay the command center. But the Marauder is designed to punish the Adept. If the Adept shades in, the Adept will die. So this Concussive Shell opener is designed to punish aggressive gateway units in the early game. As Krystianer moves out, and we'll see if he shades into the natural. If he sees those Marauders, he should cancel the shade. But even if he, it's gonna go down. Does commit. Marauders move out. They catch the Adepts, and the Adepts will not escape. There's a recall though. Yeah, it does recall in time. Whew, saves the Adept. But nice catch nonetheless here by ByuN as he saves the expansion. Does save his mineral line. ByuN moves out. Back at home, Krystianer is getting a safety shield battery. Stalker's on the way. So far, Krystianer is keeping up. He's keeping up. Notice push in, but last shield battery is done in time. Krystianer should be okay. Oh god, no! Oh, we'll lose the Stalker. Doesn't extend. Massive pickoff. Stalker goes down. And can Krystianer punish? No, he cannot. He's going to try to, though. Has to pull away himself. Does take a lot of hits. Adept will fall as well. And these are better traits for ByuN. What does he get? What does he lose? Takes down a Stalker, takes down an Adept, and did not lose a single unit. So very nice control here from ByuN. Does pull back, and behind this is going for a 2-1-1. This is a rare build in this matchup. Last game we didn't see a 2-1-1, we saw a 3-1-1 setup off of double gas. This is different. This is going to be a stim timing with Medivacs. Building up early ByuN, much earlier stim this time as well. Remember last game we did delay stim. And ByuN is about to be hyper aggressive. And Krystianer is going for the same build. 2-gate blink into a third. Okay. Can he get away with it? I mean, he had a harder time last game. Let's see if he can this time. As we do open up with a Widowmine drop. Okay, Widowmine drop moving out. A similar follow-up here out of ByuN. We got there in different ways in last game. But still very Marine, very ByuN heavy. Widowmines, they do dive into the main. Krystianer out of position, he has to pull away. Oh! Does pull away in time, but that is a lot of lost mine time here for Krystianer. As he does blink in, takes down one of the Widowmines. The other does escape. Likewise, Marine does scout the third. Does scout saturation. Now, okay, I was about to say that we do see an earlier bay here from Krystianer, so I was curious if he was just going to go blink into Colossus, but it is still going towards charge. But an earlier bay here from Krystianer means earlier Colossus. Widowmine drop comes back in. Oh! Targets the Stalker. Nice blink, nice avoid. So we have a back and forth. Krystianer moves out. Gets eyes on the main army at least. And takes down one, takes down two Marauders. Does blink away in time. Does blink away. ByuN trying to chase him down. Blink, oh, barely not off cooldown. Bleeds out a Stalker. And ByuN, he's pushing. +1 is about to finish. Combat shields as well. Let's go for his double drop. Bio army on the right hand side. Double drop towards the left. Krystianer goes for warp in. He has some units in position. Even recalls. Oh! He's got one probe. And so far, Krystianer, he holds. Yeah, the observers did see the drop play. So Krystianer, he holds, he defends. Krystianer, he doesn't really have eyes on the right-hand side of the map, though. Oh. Wait, ByuN, can he heal? Oh! Medevac, go in there! No! I don't think he knows. Don't think he's aware of what this is. It's fine. It's fine. But I think air units can be healed there. Just as a heads up. I'm gonna message him after. He's gonna be like, healing pad, what? What are you talking about? That's fine. ByuN does push. Colossus is somewhat in position. Akbar's diving in. Widowmines have said there just aren't enough zealots here. Barely enough. Mine just about to go up. They shut down the zealots. More reinforcements have arrived just in time. And Krystianer is barely holding his own. Barely is holding on. Mine shots once again. But the Warpin does complete. Second Colossus does arrive. And Krystianer, he holds. Whew. Oh my god. Brutal connection though. Krystianer, he does hold on, does defend, does deflect. And again, can he heal those stalkers with the healing pad? Get over there. God damn it. As now we're getting to double river production. The fourth base is getting up and running for Krystianer, getting fully saturated. Building up disruptors. Setting up all these spotter pylons, spreading out those zealots. Man, we're never going to see this healing pad used, are we? We're never it's just not going to happen. I just want to see like the healing rate of the healing pad. That's what I'm most curious by. Krystianer is building up more disruptors. A third robo's on the way. He's got a decent economy. He's on 4 bases. Soon to get a 5th. Krystianer, he's getting towards that ideal composition in towards the late game. Likewise, ByuN, the aggression has subsided. Whew, we can take a breath. We can embrace what we have. ByuN now working towards a 4th TC. His 3rd is fully saturated. Ghost production has begun. Viking production has begun as well. We're getting into a longer game state. We've survived the early game. We've survived. This is like a doctor trying to get their patients to come and do blood pressure tests. Oh no. Krystianer going for the gold. Let's go. Does go for the gold. Likewise, Krystianer slipping in between the bases. Does hit the mineral line. SV's going to be going down. ByuN races back home. As he races back, Krystianer moving in. Takes down the sensor tower. The Vikings, though, they're coming in from behind. They're going for the Colossus. And Colossus, they are going to be going down. He gets one. And takes down one. Going for the other. Barely does not. But gets a Colossus. Not bad. The other barely does survive. More Colossus on the way. Disruptor count looking very high, very healthy. 7 disruptors. That's a lot of balls. It's a lot of Novas. Oh, one disruptor is going to go down. No major connections yet. Krystianer getting a little bit trigger happy there. As he does have to pull away. He rotates, so does ByuN. Is keeping up. Oh, Marshall going up. Now Lakbar's coming for the concave. Novus will buy time, will zone away. So for good movement here from Krystianer. He's keeping up, still playing on the knife's edge. Still very tense. He's got how many? He's got 6 disruptors. He's got 6 Novas. Does commit in. Ooh, 1 doesn't quite connect. Yeah, nice splits are nice target firing out of ByuN. Does focus on another disruptor. He had 6, now down to 2. I should say down to 3. So he lost 3 disruptors. But the Viking count is quite low, actually. Colossus, they trade well. The Bio Army comes from behind, though. As EMP. Novus, they will connect, and the Bio Army is going to crumble. The Vikings are going to hand here. They go to town on the Colossus. Colossus, they go down, they get reset, but here come the Zealots. Here come the charge lots. And Krystianer, he breaks through. I spoke too soon. The mine shots. Mine connections are brutal. Krystianer, he backs off. And ByuN holds. ByuN does hold again. We had some brutal mine connections. And Krystianer, his reinforcements, they take a long time to arrive. He has no proxy gateway. He has no warp prism. It takes a long time to reinforce here. As he's warping in from back at home. So it doesn't break through, and the fourth base is up and running. This entire time, ByuN, he took a fourth. It's left alone, left saturated. Krystianer is trying to kill ByuN, but and he's just barely not breaking through. Likewise, nice splits. Nice splits out of ByuN. The goal base is coming into play, bear that in mind. So Krystianer, he has a massive bank. And there we go, now he's going for a split push, but he's spotted by the Widow Mine. Spotted. Krystianer trying to distract. Main army moves in. There's a lot of Widow Mines. Oof. Barely not connecting though. No major connections. Colossus goes down. Down to one Colossus. No rough losses here for Krystianer. Not trading too well. Should be losing that final Colossus. Vikings are being picked up. Nova's finally going to be connecting. And you can see how close Krystianer is to just getting on top of that expansion. He wants that base. He wants to break ByuN. He barely isn't. And ByuN setting up a surround. Trying to come in from behind. Match samples on those medevacs. Disruptors are getting target fired. Ooh, Nova's not connecting. Every disruptor goes down. Brutal pickoffs. They're losing almost every single one. Oh my god, massive connection. But Krystianer, he plummeted in supply. Did plummet. He lost so much in that fight. That was not a good trade for Krystianer. Once again, Krystianer is lacking gas. And Krystianer, he's been doing nothing but these bases. What up? Decent connection. Never goes off. ByuN now gaining map control. Forces Krystianer back home. Takes down the disruptor. Krystianer at one point he had 6. He's down to 1 disruptor. Back connection, but the disruptor is going to fall. So the Colossus. Just really rough trades here for Krystianer. He does reset the Viking count. Resets the Vikings, but he needs more time to rebuild his disruptors. These are just some really rough trades and really expensive losses for Krystianer. And ByuN takes another base. Gets another expansion. Let's go. Here come the Zealot run-bys. This is what we wanted. What we've been waiting for. Does find the expansion. Will force a lift off. ByuN races back home. Krystianer, he has some breathing room. Does get some breathing room. Now he can start building back up. Likewise, as ByuN backs off, now it's time to take up. We have a Liberation. Liberation is on the way, working towards Liberator range. Bio army gets scouted. Krystianer is going to have to respond to this. He has to save that gold. ByuN, he scans, he wants it. There is no recall. Yeah, the base is going to fall. Massive pickoff. Krystianer, he is in trouble here. We'll lose the expansion. Krystianer pushing in. Again, this playstyle from Krystianer has been wanting to end the game for quite some time. This might be it, actually. The Viking count is just so high, though. And not enough disruptors. Colossus is going to be falling. Gets 1. Not just the 1. Meanwhile, ByuN just keeps on pushing. The R reinforces back at home. Colossus being targeted down one after the other. Massive connection. Never goes off. But there's not enough. There's not enough Zealots, not enough Stalkers. This army is going to fall. Back at home, Krystianer, he does defend. Does save bottom right. But is oversaturated, and ByuN gets a fresh mining base. Gets a fresh mining expansion. And these trades they've just not been good enough here for Krystianer. He's still only got 2 disruptors. He's going back into Colossus. Keeps trying to, I should say. Gets half a mineral line. 8 SCV kills, not bad. Takes out 8 SCVs. Bleeds out another disruptor. A little bit premature. With that Nova, another expansion being taken. That's the main. The main does float over. And Krystianer, he doesn't know. Is not aware. Liberation has arrived. That's what we've been waiting for. Another Colossus falls. Nice target firing there out of ByuN. Again, Krystianer has been trying to break this base for almost the entire game, and ByuN just doesn't budge. Cannot. He isn't being broken. Krystianer taking the center expansion. He could retake the gold. So now more Liberators. Let's go up. They do not connect. Viking count is still a little bit low. Just 4 Vikings, but they take down another Colossus. Yeah, another, and almost another as well. The EMPs are brutal. And ByuN is just dominating this fight. Dominate takes down 3 Colossus. Oh! Rocks, they do catch some of the bio. Not bad. A nice little trap there from Krystianer. No! We'll still lead out those disruptors though. They still go down, and Krystianer, he plummets in supply. He loses too much, far too much here. Really expensive losses, and he doesn't have his gases. He can't afford this. He has 2,000 minerals, but the gas income is lacking. Or at least lacking when it comes to what he's losing, what he's trading. He's rebuilding these Colossus and disruptors, he loses them instantly. He just throws them away. He just cannot build up. Krystianer there looking for a fight. Oof. It's a lot of Vikings. So they come in for a surround. Better engaged here for Krystianer for the first time in a long time. He collapses on some of the Marauders, but still not good enough. Still just being forced back. Trying to maintain himself. Once again, more Vikings trickling in. Does catch out the Liberator. Nervous Ace thrown away. But ByuN is pushing forward. He's gaining more ground. Krystianer plummeting in supply once again. Having a hard time rebuilding. Has to rely on purely Zealots. Meanwhile, the lib count is getting higher and higher. He's making 3 libs at a time. That's a lot of freedom. The freedom is coming in. And there's no good answer. Oof. Another disruptor falls. Takes down 1 Liberators. It's an okay pickoff. So they come in to reinforce, but Krystianer's going to lose everything here. Better Nova towards the end. But the Zealots go down, the Stalkers go down, the Colossus are exposed. GG, and ByuN, he overwhelms Krystianer. And ByuN will take the series at 2-1. GG. Whew. Again, Krystianer, for almost the entire game, he had map control, he had the better economy. Krystianer, he was trying to break that 3rd base, but he just could not. At one point, he was able to get like half a mineral line, but again, the Novas were lackluster. He just could not break that defensive position. And alas, ByuN, he was freely expanding. Remember, ByuN, he was freely getting his 4th base, he was getting his 5th base, he was freely taking more expansions, taking more bases. And with that, he was able to overcome. Able to persevere. GG. GG, well played. GG, well played. ByuN does claim it. Krystianer, he came close. Again, was looking solid in game 1, and even here in game 3, he had some really good moments as well. But GG. GG, well played. GG, well played, as we are getting into our next game, as we are loading into our next semifinals match, as we have a PvP coming up ahead of us. Let's go.